it's hard. It's hard trying to discuss the severity of the situation with different ethnic groups because every ethnic group, and as they should, has proprietorship over the atrocities that have been committed against them. Native Americans use genocide. Um, the Jewish brothers and sisters use Holocaust. The um, the Armenian brothers and sisters use genocide. We don't have a word. Racism is not strong enough. Um, Whatever you want to call it, it's been a humanitarian crisis. You want to say, okay, so you could even say slavery was one. After slavery, it's been a humanitarian crisis since 1865 because we were property. My ancestors were property of other people's ancestors. And once you stop being property, you stopped being valuable. So once you stop being valuable, what do you do with those people? You control them. You create policies to keep them out of places. You demonize their behavior. You scapegoat them for things that are wrong in society. You get the ether of hatred surrounding them. So they live in a soup of unfairness, and you mute their voices. So no matter what they say, you don't believe them. They're untrustworthy. You paint them as untrustworthy. You paint them as takers. You paint them as freeloaders. You paint them as all these are criminal. And criminals is the worst one because when you see a man executed on camera in broad daylight, people still go, well, what did he do?
Yep.
So it's deep, and it's a sickness almost that we all have in our heads, including me, because we were all raised in this racist container that we call a country. And there's nothing wrong with admitting to yourself, like, shit, I'm a little racist. I have racial bias. You know why? Because we all do. We all do. We grew up in a place that our founding fathers were slave traders and genociders. We can't make moral examples of them. We wouldn't today. Would we make moral examples of human traffickers and genociders? I don't think so.
No.
I don't think that we would. I think we're better people than that. So any policies that came out of that low level of consciousness need to be re-examined for the people that are newly considered to be citizens, right? So we've never gotten the benefit of the doubt when it came to human rights. We still don't have human rights by law. We have civil rights, which are rarely enforced.
Yeah, so explain the difference.
But we do civil rights. Can you just be civil? Can you be civil, please? Right? Like civility. Like so, civil has to do with civics, which is like the balance of political structures and sociological structures, meaning that the right to vote, or the right to, or going to a better school if it's in your neighborhood. It used to be that you couldn't even go to that school if it was close to you because it was off limits to you. The chance of building wealth or aggrandizement, just basic ways that people take for granted of interacting with their own society. Those were withheld from us by law until 1965. But we still don't have human rights, which means you get third-degree murder for executing us in public, which means you don't go to jail at all sometimes if it's not on camera. You see what I mean?